it's there, waiting for a bird and then, catch it, or, any reptiles scratch it right by the, water. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
These reptiles is every reptile dangerous?
No, reptiles are not dangerous, right? So the lizards, every reptile or every species has a place, right? So reptiles eat a lot of insects. So if there is a lot of insects, the reptiles kind of eat them and then balance things out, right? So the crocodiles, yes, because they are big in size, their mouth is dangerous. You go near them, they can snap at you, right? Otherwise, every reptile has its own place, right? So there's nothing to be scared of a reptile, right?
Yeah, and these three reptiles, Indian monitors,
Yeah.
these three reptiles, are these dangerous except a crocodile?
The Indian monitor lizard can be poisonous. You bite it, it can bite. It can, it's got sharp teeth. But the rock agama and the Indian flying lizard, they are very small. They're not, they're like a large lizard. You find a lizard at home, right? So this can be a large lizard.
And they are and these reptiles are carnivorous, herbivorous, or omnivorous?
So they eat a lot of insects, mostly on the carnivorous side, right? So
was that Arushi?
Yes.
Okay, Arushi, you asked your questions now. Okay, fine. Cool.
Okay, then mammals. What about mammals? Right? Mammals give birth to babies. Like reptiles lay eggs, mammals give birth to babies. Right? So here are some mammals that you can find in a place called Kanha National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Right? You've got the Royal Bengal tiger in there. You've got the sloth bear, and then on top right you will see a deer. You know what type of deer that is? It's called a Barasinga, and Barasinga is a deer that's almost gone extinct. So it is only found in one part of the whole world, right? It is in Kanha, Madhya Pradesh, right? So they don't have spots. They are slightly bigger than your average spotted deer, but then they are there. So what the government did was the government built a special enclosure within the Kanha National Park, and they let them, multiply and then introduce them into the wild. So now there are a few Barasinga in the wild, but it's predominantly only in one place. And at the bottom, you will find the Indian jackal, right? Scavengers, they go after small rabbits and things like that, hares and stuff like that. But they usually try very sneaky. If there is a tiger kill and the tiger is like, little away, it'll go snatch it and then go away, right? So these are some mammals you typically found in a jungle. You've got the apex predator, you've got the prey, and then, some of them are, a mix, right? So the bear, it is omnivorous. It can eat some meat. It likes eating insects. It likes eating fruits. So it's an omnivorous animal, the sloth bear. And some birds. So these are some beautiful birds. Birds are colorful, right? So
Nati sir, so one thing, can they try to guess which one is which? I think.
Okay. So there is some quiz I have in between, okay, and let them go. So the birds in here, right?
Excuse me.
Yes.
How do you understand it from where a tiger is coming or from where a bear is coming? How do you understand that?
Good call. So in a forest, what happens is if a tiger is moving, you have a deer and you have monkeys. They are always on the watch out. So when they see a tiger or a leopard moving, they start giving out warning calls, right? So if you're in the forest, if you're going on a safari in a jeep or something like that, you need to always keep your ears open, right? And that's how people spot. Otherwise, they are in a bush, you don't know where they are, right? So you always watch out for a call of a langur or a call of a barking deer or a sambar deer. They'll leave a noise like whoop, 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 whoop. That means that, there is a predator somewhere there. So if the noise is coming towards you, the monkeys are high up in the trees and they move along, right? Warning everybody that there is a predator on the move, run away, right? So that's how kind of, it is, you can know that there is a predator nearby, and then you park yourself and then you watch them cross. Yeah.
Oh. And how
Or,
do you understand?
Excuse me,
yeah.
is it true that, I mean, sir, how do giraffes make their noises if they don't have vocal cords?
I don't know much about giraffes. I've not been to Africa. Giraffes are not, you can't find giraffes in India, right? Giraffes are in Africa. Yeah.
Laya also has a question, Nachi sir.
Please, Laya.
So, I know the third bird.
What is the third bird?
Is it a green beetle?
Exactly. This is a green bee eater. Right? It's green in color. It's got a little bit of blue underneath its neck, and then it is.
Prithvi and somebody has a question. Prithvi and Prakrut has a question. Is that symbiosis?
What is symbiosis?
When you give the langur call to keep the deers in safety.
Yeah, so the langurs and deer are always work together in pairs, right? So the langurs eat the fruits from on top of the tree, and the leaves fall down, and the deer are always together, and then they alert each other, right? So they all work in synchronization in the forest.
Okay, Nikshay has a question. Nikshay, you can unmute and ask.
What is the difference between lion and jaguar?
Jaguars are lion, both of them are cats, but lion is a big cat, and it is usually found in Africa and maybe one place in India, which is the Gir forest. Jaguars are small cats, and you can find them in South America. They look like leopards. They've got the same skin pigmentation, but they live in South America, the jaguars. Right? They are smaller cat.
Niksha, I also know a difference. Lions have a mane around them and jaguars don't have.
Okay, let's move on. We have lots more to see, right? So let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah.
Excuse me. Sir, I'm always getting the, confusion with a leopard and a cheetah. Can you tell me how to?
So the leopard is short and it's a little bit stout, right? Leopards are like cats. Both of them are cats. Cheetahs are found only in Africa, right? They are lean, a little leaner, a little taller, right? Cheetahs are all about speed, whereas leopards are all about surprise, right? So leopards can climb a tree. They can really climb tall trees, and leopards are also very adaptive. Leopards' food consists of 90 different type of things. It can eat birds, it can eat rodents, it can go hunt deer. So the leopards also, a lot of leopards are living closely with human beings, right? They come in the night and then, they catch something from there and then go. So, leopards are very, very adaptive to all sorts of, places, right? And leopards, you'll find them, in Indian subcontinent, in Africa, you will find the leopards. A cheetah at this point of time only lives in Africa.
I have a question.
Yes.
So what is the difference between jaguar and leopard?
They are of the same family. One is jaguars are only found in South America. They look kind of similar except for their spots. I think the jaguar spots are bigger, but jaguar is in South America, whereas leopards are in Africa. You can find leopards in Africa. You can find leopards in the Indian subcontinent.
Okay, I'll hold the question for now.
Just last one question.
Let's move on. There's lots more for us to cover.
I'll hold the questions for end now. Varun, just wait. Let's let Nachi uncle finish everything and then we will ask him questions. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll come back to you, Varun.
On the top left, on the top left, you see the beautiful Verditta Fly Catcher, right? So it's named Verditta after its blue color skin, cobalt blue color skin, right? And on the middle, like a lot of people confuse it for a woodpecker, but it's a common hoop, right? This eats a lot of insects, and that's kind of, its nose is it's in a specific shape to go and pluck insects out. And on the right side, it's a green bee eater. There are a couple of bee eaters. There's a green bee eater. There's a blue bee eater. But this is something that you will find at the edges of the forest, at the edges of paddy fields, farming community and whatnot. And at the bottom right, the beautiful Indian roller. This is a state bird of Karnataka, where we are in right now, right? Bengaluru, this is the state bird of Karnataka. It's blue in color, and when it flies, flaps its wings, if you look at it, it's extremely beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on to cats. Like in Indian subcontinent, we've got rainforests up in south, desert land, dense jungle, snow up in north. So we've got out of 40 species of different cats, 15 of them are found in Indian subcontinent, right? You've got the lion, tiger, leopard, snow leopard, clouded leopard, cat, the golden cat, leoparded cat. All these are, different cats from big to small, so you've got the lion and Royal Bengal tiger that are big, and then the medium cats of leopard, snow leopard, clouded leopard, and then a bunch of smaller cats, right? That there, right? Now we're going to focus on the Royal Bengal tiger, right? And scientific name is Panthera tigris. Every animal or every species bird has a scientific name, right? For the scientists and for people to understand what that is. Is it related? Are they two different species? Are they part of the same family tree? So Panthera tigris is name of our Royal Bengal tiger. And the status IUCN, it is the conservation status, it is endangered, which means there are not a lot of them left in the wild. So we need to conserve them, right? And it's the apex predator. It is at the top of the predator chain. There is nothing that can hunt except humans who go and, try killing the tiger. But otherwise, it is at the top of the, predator list. They're very territorial, right? They are very territorial. They're also solitary animals. They don't like living in families, right? So the male is separate. The female tigress gives birth, raises the kids for maybe 2.5 years, and then they are on their own, right? They are solitary animals. They also like stalking, right? So they are not fast because they are huge. So they like stalking. They're like waiting, looking at deer, and then finding out which one, maybe it has an injury that if I go and attack that, then I'll be able to catch it. So it's always watching out, right? And it's an ambush hunter, means it is sitting inside a bush, and then the deer is there, not even knowing it is there, right? And then it will go pounce on it, right? And a fully grown male tiger can easily weigh up to 250 kilograms. It's humongous. Yep. And what are its favorite prey? As you see, it is there sitting in the bushes and then stalking. Sambar deer, right? The Sambar deer is about 5 feet.
Four.
Exactly.
One's
Exactly.
a four.
Yep.
Question four.
So you've got Sambar deer, which is a fairly tall deer. So if a tiger attacks and goes after a Sambar deer, it can fill its stomach for a few days, right? Whereas the spotted deer is relatively small deer, right? So the effort it's going to need to hunt again, right? And the gaur is a humongous creature, right? So it can weigh up to a ton, right? It's a huge creature. So the tiger needs to be very careful when it goes after a gaur, right? Because the gaur is strong and it has sharp horns. So the tiger will stop and it will go and find the right gaur to attack, right? Not a fully grown male, but the fully grown male can be, if it injures a tiger, the tiger cannot hunt. So it will go after maybe a calf or maybe a medium-sized gaur, and then it will go attack its neck. That's the best place for it to go and attack. It will go, jump on it, and it will go and attack its neck. And then, then it will kill it, right? A gaur, it can eat for a few days. But remember, there are all these other sneaky creatures in the jungle, like the jackal, right? When the tiger is like, if its stomach is full, it'll eat and then it'll move away. The jackals will come and, take it. There are vultures, right? Vultures feast on dead animals, right? Vultures are the scavengers. So the vultures also will come. So it'll try hiding it in the bushes somewhere and then, let it, eat it and then come back and then go and eat it. But there are all these sneaky creatures that are there. Yeah. Okay. So when I say territorial, what I mean by territorial?
I have a question.
Laya,
Animals.
can you hold on to the question? There are a lot more things that we need to do, and then we'll come back to questions. Can you hold on to
Okay,
that?
so somebody knows the meaning of territorial, they can raise their hand and they can answer quickly. Pratyush knows, yes.
Territorial means the
One second, one second.
land.
One
Land.
second.
Territorial means land.
I
The
called out
territory of
Pratyush's
a
name.
particular animal.
I called out Pratyush's name. Where is Pratyush? I can hear, I should be able to hear Pratyush's voice. Yes, Pratyush, please.
The territory of a particular animal.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, somebody else wanted to add something. Arushi, you wanted to add something? Now you can add.
Same.
Yeah. So we all live in houses or apartments, right? So you know, okay, this is my house. What about tigers in the forest? Right? How will a tiger let another tiger know this is my territory? Do not enter. How do you think it does? Let's go look at it. What it does, it goes around, it keeps walking around its territory, it keeps walking, and then it sniffs the tree to say, okay, is there a new tiger that has come in? Nobody has come in. This is my territory and my scent is not there. And it goes pachak, it goes piece against the tree, and then that scent is extremely strong, right? It upwards, it goes and projects, and then a new tiger comes into that area. It knows that there is a tiger here. I don't want to, either I can fight with the tiger, right? Or I can move away, I can go to another territory, right? So that's how.
Nachi
Yeah.
sir, so that means tigers are exactly like dogs?
Kind of,
Also do
kind
the
of.
same thing?
But dogs are domesticated. I mean, like, they do that, but then it's like, it's probably come from its wild genes at some point of time. But but tigers, do this, and if you look at it, it'll be upwards, so that another tiger comes in, then it has to reach out, its face up, and then it thinks, okay, the other tiger is really big, so I don't want to mess with it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do tigers live in India, right? And there are tiger reserves in India, right? So
Any
you've got
ideas? Any guesses?
Tadoba Tiger Park.
excellent. Yeah. So Tadoba is situated in Maharashtra.
Bengal.
Yes.
West Bengal has Sundarbans. Exactly. You see the Sundarbans here. Like, I live in Bangalore, so in nearby Bangalore there is BRT Hills, there is Nagarhole, there is Bhadra, there is Bandipur. These are all tiger reserves, right? And then connecting to that is the Kabini is inside the Nagarhole Tiger Reserve. Yeah.
Tadoba.
Yes.
Also mentioned
Tadoba is in the.
Satyamangalam and Annamalai. So are these also the forests where we can see tigers?
Yes, those are all in Tamil Nadu. Satyamangalam, Annamalai,
And why not also?
Periyar is in the Kerala, Tamil Nadu border. Then Kalakat Mundandurai is near Tirunelveli. Yeah. And up north, you will find a lot of them, right? You find Jim Corbett. You've got, in Rajasthan, Ranthambore is another very popular place to spot the tiger, right? Madhya Pradesh, there is Kanha, there is Pench, there's Bandhavgarh. These are all places, right? But remember, if you go to a forest, it's not like going to a zoo, right? Going to a zoo, the tiger is in a very small enclosure and you see them. You go to a forest, you have to go on a safari, and usually safaris, they take you in the morning time or in the evening time. That's when these animals are active, right? They're nocturnal mostly. So in the evenings or in the morning, early morning, they take you on the jeep, and then unless they are there waiting near let's say a pond, if it's really hot, they are there waiting to drink water, or if they are crossing the road, the safari road, it's very tough to spot them. So it's a repeated process. Some places there is good sighting, some places it is tough. It is a hit or miss. But the thrill of going in a safari and then expecting, and sometimes you hear a call, right? You see the pug marks of the tiger, and then you see, is it fresh Is it, is it not fresh? Is it old? And then, make sure we hear the calls of the langur, calls of the barking deer, sambar deer, and then the excitement of seeing the tiger. I think it's probably the best feeling in the whole world, personally, for me. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next animal. We all love elephants, right? Yep. Who is messing with the screen?
Elephants are in Africa.
Elephants are in Africa. The Asian elephant is in Asia.
Asian elephants have smaller ears
Exactly.
Sri Lanka
and
and
tusks.
Indonesia too.
Excellent.
Elephant is a pachyderm.
It is in Asia, right? So elephants like to live in herd, large family structures, mothers, aunts, uncles, cousins. Their social structure is very complex. They need to eat 300 pounds of food in one day. So you see elephants, they keep eating, they eat the bark, they eat the leaves, they eat the grass, they keep eating food all day long and keep walking, right? Covering about 20 miles a day, 20 kilometers a day, up or down in the jungle, right? They eat 70. So we typically eat 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They eat 75 times of what we eat because they need all that energy, right? They eat roots of trees, grass, fruit, barks of trees. They eat all sorts of things. And most of their time is spent searching for food and water. And they've got a fantastic memory. As the elephants grow bigger, the leader, the matriarch of the family knows where the water sources are, right? And it can smell water through its trunk, and then it will guide all the others in the family to go towards where the food is, where the water is, and then as they grow, they pick their memory up.
Wow, that
Okay.
was a lot of insight into elephants, Uncle Nachi. Thank you. So aren't these your pictures?
These are all my pictures. Everything I'm showing
So
is in
can
my
we just
pictures.
end with this question, Uncle Nachi, that we are kind of running out of time here?
Okay.
So maybe who wants to answer this one? What do you think this elephant is doing here, guys?
Knocking down trees. Knocking trees.
Is it walking, kicking, or dancing?
What is it doing?
Walking.
Okay. Let me give you a clue. There's a lot of grass here, and I said elephants likes to eat grass. How do you think it plucks the grass?
It's eating.
Superb.
How does it pluck
Its
its huh? And trunk is big. Trunk is big. How do you think it's plucking?
It's plucking its grass with its tongue and putting it to its mouth.
Exactly. It takes its legs and then it has
See, that's
nails.
what elephant is doing. See,
Excuse me.
it's eating the grass.
I've seen one elephant in a zoo. I've seen it eating.
Okay. Okay. This is
So we are seriously running out of time now.
okay. Quiz. Quick. Identify this animal. What is this animal?
That's the animal.
Jackal.
They're not jackal. They're not jackal.
Dog.
It's a dole. It's a wild dog.
It's a wild,
It's a wild dog.
lovely.
It's a wild.
What is this animal? It's found in Silent Valley. It's not a langur. It's not a langur.
Chimpanzee.
It's a lion-tailed macaque. It is only found in southern part of India. There's only 3,500 of them left. Okay,
Okay.
we'll stop it.
I think there's a lot to talk here. So what we will do is we will ask Uncle Nachi again once, and this time we'll have it for 1 hour, everybody. So I want
Parents, don't leave the group. We'll keep you posted as
yes.
to when we
We
can have
just
the
want
next
to
session.
thank everybody to join. So thank you so much. We do such kind of informational
What
events
about
for all
our
of you.
questions?
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So we will have one more session in which Uncle Nachi will have 1 hour to talk to you to answer all your questions.
All
okay?
about birds. All about birds.
Hello,
And answer your
brother.
questions about animals
And
and
should we
birds.
join again?
No, you don't join again, Rasagna. We will inform you. We'll have one more session, a 1 hour session. Thank you very much for joining in. It was wonderful. Let's all thank Nachi uncle. Let's all
Bye.
thank Nachi uncle.
Thank you, uncle.
Thank you, uncle.
Thank you.
Thank you so
So
much.
that we can answer to our questions.
Nachi uncle. Nachi uncle, do monitor lizards have venom like cobra?
They have some poison in their teeth, so when it bites, it is dangerous.
Sanchit also has a question. The elephant has a good eyesight also. Is it true?
Yes, it has good eyesight. It has good memory. It can pluck things using its trunk. Its trunk.
It can hear well. Uncle, it can hear well.
Varun
Yeah.
has a question. Varun, yes, ask.
In the bird species, is there any bird which is poisonous?
Birds are not poisonous, but birds can bite. They have a beak to bite.
Okay,
And
Aditi also has a question.